mom said, you don't need a man. I mean, don't get me wrong. And like, I would love a partner. And I've had some wonderful dating, you know what I mean? And some wonderful relationships. So it's not that. I just haven't found the person that is my life partner yet. What I will
What she means is, guys, nobody wants to deal with her. When they say that, guys, when they say they just haven't found their life partner yet, or they haven't found their husband yet, what they're really saying is the guys that they want, and I've said this ad nauseum, the men that they actually want, the men that they actually want to attract, they don't want to deal with them. So what happens is they'll make up all these excuses, and it'll always be men's fault as to why they're single. This is Tracee Ellis Ross, guys. She's 53 and still single. And she promotes this I'm happy being by myself nonsense that these women like to hear. But I'm gonna let her talk.
say is that this was actually the phrase my mom said. I was a big shopper as a child.
Has that changed, Tracee?
No, it has not. But now at least I'm spending my own money because my mom was like, little girl, what is happening
What are
here?
you doing?
She was like, what is going on? Because I used to literally go into my mom and plead a case for why I needed to shop more than just once a year for school shopping. She was like, I don't get it. We did the school shopping. And I'm like, I know, but don't you understand that designers come out with new seasons of clothes?
She's like,
she was
little
like, girl,
girl.
get out of here. But she said to me once, she came in, she was like, I'm gonna tell you something, little girl. Your hair products alone are going to break the bank. She was like, it's enough. There's shampoo and conditioner and a brush in the shower. You're good.
Deal with it.
She said, so either you're going to have to get yourself a really rich husband or a really great job. And I ended up building my own hair company, beauty company, honestly, because we just launched Body.
I saw that.
And I've built a really big, beautiful life. And I've had a big.
Of course, she has to throw up her accomplishments. And that's all she really cares about is her accomplishments, her socioeconomic status, and her career. But notice she didn't throw the husband in there because she can't get one. Guys, I don't knock women for being successful. I truly don't. Tracee Ellis Ross, she's worked hard to get what she is. And she's still a beautiful woman. Make no mistake about it. She still can get it. But see, the thing, what I hold against them is the amount of energy that they put into their careers and their success. They need to be putting that into a man that they like. They need to be putting that into the type of man that they want. But they don't do that. They don't feel like it's necessary. So therefore, because these women are selfish, and that's why they're living alone. But what they'll do is they'll try to market it as they're happy being single. They're happy being by themselves. I love my own company. You know, all this old modern woman nonsense that they like to push. But reality kicks in when you laying in that cold ass bed 11 to 12 o'clock at night by yourself with no man to protect you and you're very vulnerable. That's when reality kicks in.
Job. I keep having big jobs.
You keep having big jobs.
I keep having big jobs.
Over and over. Was there another woman, or has there been another woman in your life that has inspired you in the same way? Or
so many. I mean, I think I could collect them. I mean, Vivienne Westwood, and the fact that she just continued to stay vibrant, sexy, creative, fertile, beautiful. Just until her last day. It was just stunning. Michelle Obama. I mean, there's so many women. Alfre Woodard. There's women.
No wonder her mind's so fucked up. She been listening to Michelle Obama. You actually take advice from Michelle Obama. You need therapy.
Men that I hear these gems from them that I hold on to that have helped me to build this life that I have around me. I think people talk about how to get what you want. I think it's more important to learn how to be who you are. The world around you will be built out of that. But if you're just trying to get what you want, I think you miss the juicy, joyful, and robust part of life that is being able to appreciate and enjoy and love what you have around you. You know, and there's do you know that Pema Chodron quote?
Oh, which one?
So the one where she's like, in your current state, wait, I'm going to hack up the quote.
I don't know it. We'll find it.
It's wonderful.
Pema Chodron, I just love everything she's ever written, ever. When did you find those books?
I was going through a terrible breakup. It was maybe 15 or 16 years ago. And When Things Fall Apart came to me. And it was the first time I felt like somebody sat down next to me I didn't meet her. I just mean metaphorically, sat down next to me and didn't tell me that where I was my fault. Didn't tell me.
Of course, it's never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. So you see what she's talking about. She's talking about a book that she read. And it's probably some old feminist nonsense that she read. And that's why she is today. That's why she is where she is today. And guys, the reality of these women's lives should tell them something. You're still single to this day. These notions that you've adopted, it hasn't helped you. Tracee Ellis Ross, she's been single for over a decade now. Seriously. So does that say more about men or does that say more about her? I tell you this shit. I tell you guys this stuff all the time. Nobody wants to deal with women like this. If she was so damn great, there would be men lined up to deal with her. But at best, she probably can get young men because she was trying to promote this, or she only wants to date young men shit. But see, that's only because the older men that she really wants don't want to deal with her. See, guys, what a lot of times these women, what they like to do, they like to put up these defense mechanisms as to why they failing on the dating market. And they'll make up all these kind of excuses as to why they can't get what they want. And it's always going to be the man's fault.
That where I was because I had done something wrong, or that I just that it was my fault.
Yeah.
And that it was actually okay for me to be where I was, and that the answer to moving out of that was actually to be with what I was feeling. And that the fastest way through to where I wanted to go was by actually being where I was. And I was like,
experiencing all of it.
I was like, what? Like, because
What? Guys, you see, women, they need to talk to men, because what happens is they sit here, right? And they powwow with each other and they feed each other a bunch of nonsense that only makes sense to them. What she just said made no sense. But you'll get a group of women together, they'll sit up there and listen to that shit and they'll be like, oh yeah, girl, that's deep, girl. You preach, girl. What she said made no sense. This is why women, they need to talk to more men. But see, they won't do it. They won't be able to get better or learn anything because they sit around and they keep the counsel of each other. A bunch of broken women giving each other advice. That's why they're living in a recipe for disaster. That's why they can't get anywhere on the dating market, because all they have is each other.
felt like I was supposed to I am myself into better feelings. And I was like, no. And it taught me a huge lesson in my life.
You strike me as someone who's so fiercely independent. And I wonder, like, is that something that's very conscious for you, or is it just who you are?
I think it's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to bother me because I felt like I was doing something wrong. But, you know, I come from a really big family, and I'm a person that I love to sleep in the middle of the sound of all of it. You know what I mean? Like just in the middle of the cacophony of the family. So I'm both independent and not. I'm very comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable with my own company. I have a sense of how to hold counsel for myself. In that sense, I'm very independent, but I'm also such a I'm like with my friends and the people that I'm really safe with, I'm like a barnacle. You can't let go of me.
Well, that's a contradiction. So that means you're saying you're comfortable with yourself and you enjoy your own company, but at the same time, what you're admitting is you get lonely and you want the people that you're really close with to come be with you. So really, you're not really comfortable with being by yourself. You just you pretty much just contradicted yourself. Guys, when these women talk this tough shit, when they like to boast about how they love being by themselves and they enjoy their own company, no, they don't. They don't. Because if they did, they wouldn't have to come on to the internet and talk to you about it. It's all cap. Deep down, these women, they really want a man. But see, they want the man that they want. They don't want the man, pretty much in her case, she doesn't want a man that's probably making less than her. She ain't gonna come out and say that, but she wants a man that's on her level or more. And once again, it's hard for these women to attract those men because those men, they're not gonna they don't deal with masculine women. These men want what they want. And most men on her level, they don't want to deal with Tracee Ellis Ross. At best, Tracee Ellis Ross can serve them with sex and they'll just shoo her away. At best. That's the reality. That's the reality of it. But see, she won't come out and tell you that.
The barnacle thing, I just can't.
That's
Like,
Samir-
especially the barnacle with that face, because I just imagine you like.
I'm a barnacle lady. Like, I'm going nowhere. Chosen family. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you famously single at this point? Because I feel like every time I read about you,
Yeah,
I
but
read
it's
something.
first of all,
but I want to go here.
Slightly exhausting.
So, I mean,
I'm like, guys, can
slightly.
you just, like, it's slightly exhausting because I'm like, you.
Oh Lord, y'all, now she's triggered.
Sometimes people talk about it as if I have tried to be a poster child for that. I'm like, no, that's just the facts. Okay. I also don't publicize when I am dating.
Well, fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't talk about that. That's okay.
I mean, you can tell us if you want.
She doesn't post she doesn't post or publicize when she is dating because she's not proud of it. She's not proud of who she's dating. That's why. But she'll make it into something else.
We're gonna keep that as is. I like that to
Let
be
us
private.
know.
Well, because here's the thing: when you start dating someone, you don't want public point of view about something that's private as you're trying to discover if it works for you or not.
Yeah, there's
so
that.
no, I don't do that. I have not been chronically single.
She's thought about this answer, guys, because she knew what was coming. Because in reality, like I just said, she's not going to publicize her dating life because she's not proud of who she's dating. Because most men around her age and her tax bracket, they don't want to deal with Tracee Ellis Ross. As beautiful as she is, she still got it. They don't want to deal with her. Because more than likely she's selfish for one. She's annoying. And her career is going to come before him. And that's fine. You be alone and you do that. That's the life that you chose, and you have to deal with that. And by her being triggered by this question, she's always the one who's talking about she's happy being single. She enjoys her own company. So when people bring up this question, you should be happy to answer it.
I just don't. I haven't done. What do they call it? A soft launch.
You haven't done a soft
I haven't
launch.
done a soft launch. Isn't that what they call it?
But it feels like it's a choice. Do you feel like that's very misunderstood about you?
Well, I'll tell you what's
Tell me.
I'll tell you what's a choice is that I'm not going to date someone just to date someone to have someone to date.
But this is what I love
I'm gonna
about
date
you.
a
Because
person
don't
that's
you
a
feel like we
match.
were all told that? We were all raised with this idea that's like, well, listen, love, it's like times are running out.
Do you
You're
know how
30
many people have
something
done
and
that
you
to
better.
me?
Of course.
Do you know how many famous people have done that to me?
Well, here's the thing. You're holding out for what? You're 53 years old. You don't have time. You actually a woman that's out of time. It's pretty much over with for you. And the thing of it is, you're 53 years old. Why are you talking about dating? That's you shouldn't be 53 years old talking about dating. Dating is just something you do when you're in your 20s. A 53-year-old woman shouldn't be talking about dating. You should be married and down the path by now. But you see, these older women, they want to live like they're in their 20s now. They want to go out here and compete with these younger women for some odd reason. And here's the thing. You older women, you have no value on the sexual date market like you think that you do. Men, they'll sleep with you, but that's just about it. Tracee Ellis Ross, she doesn't have the value that she thinks she has on the dating market. You know, I understand that a lot of women will sit up there and powwow with each other and feed each other delusions. And that's where this is coming from. That's where her perspectives was coming from. But at the end of the day, men, we get to decide. Now she gets to decide whether we have sex or not. But as far as commitment, we decide that. She has no say so in that. And for some odd reason, these women, they still don't get that.
Name them.
I swear to God, like just men that you're just like, that's not nice.
Yes.
Or my favorite question is, have you ever thought about having kids? No, it's never crossed my mind.
Never occurred to me.
I'm so
This
glad you
whole
brought it up.
vagina has been here, and I never thought about it. Not once.
I've said to somebody in an interview, will you please get out of my womb?
Yeah, you should.
Just get out of my womb.
Then why haven't you had kids then, Stacey? I mean, Tracee. You was in a long relationship. Why didn't you have kids? I can tell you why, guys. She's selfish. That's why she got left. She's selfish. Guys, when you see women at this age with no kids, it's because they're selfish. They're selfish. They don't want to ruin their bodies, and they're insecure about certain things. And they don't want to ruin their careers. You know, her career came first. She's selfish. That's why she don't have any kids.
Like, it's not
I
your
have
business.
a constant monthly reminder that I have
Not
an
anymore.
ability to do that. Oh my God, that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother. I don't even
Not
have.
anymore.
I don't have those questions.
Not anymore. No, that's okay. But
Lucky you, by the way.
but-
Congratulations. I'd love to get there.
But the thing about my singledom is I don't mind the conversation because it allows me to transform that question into the other thing, which is how am I choicefully living my life? And how am I curating a life that actually matches where I am? And how am I not waiting for another person or to get to a certain place or a certain weight or a certain age or a certain money or a certain whatever to do the things that I want to do that bring me joy? And how
Exactly.
can I walk towards those things? And that's where the solo travel show came from. It's something that I always do. And it's something that has been a big part of me living out loud for who I am. And also, by the way, it's been a long discovery of
No, it's an excuse for you not having a man. Guys, don't let these women fool you with this nonsense. This is just all an excuse. You're doing things by yourself because you're trying to keep yourself busy because you don't have anybody. That's why they do this type of stuff, guys. You have to keep yourself active because you're lonely and you don't have anybody. You're trying to fill that void. Guys, don't let these women capture y'all like this. And you see this woman, she's giving her a very softball interview. She's not going to push back on her about anything.
what do I consider fun?
Yeah.
Like other people's fun is not my version of fun. And so I have to figure out how to make that real for me. And that's why now I look around and I'm like, oh, my life looks like me. It actually matches who I am.
We talk a lot about the hustle.
Yeah. You know, man, Tracee Ellis Ross. You know, man, she's pretty much a woman out of time, guys. This is a woman out of time. It's pretty much over. It's pretty much over with for women like this. You know, she can say whatever she wants. She can come out here and say that, oh, I'm happy being single and I enjoy my own company. They all say that. We hear that shit all the time. Maya was just saying that shit. We hear that all the time. You got Maya around here marrying herself. And at the end of the day, it's all because the men that they want did not want to be with them. These women are traumatized and they need therapy. Stop hanging around your fucking female single ass friends. Go talk to a male therapist. Not a woman therapist, a male therapist. Because a woman therapist, her relationship status is in the tank too. She can't get her shit together either. But anyway, y'all, man, this your boy MAZ, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.